What if the thing that's been making your sensitive body so hard to live in isn't the sensitivity itself, but the fact that you've been navigating it alone? Today, I want to talk about what actually changes biologically and practically when sensitive bodies are supported in the right container. And I want to tell you what's coming this summer. Welcome back to the Cosmic Body Shenanigans podcast, or welcome if this is your first time listening. I'm host Amanda Smith, former NASA aerospace engineer turned grounded mystic nervous system translator. We are in the last full week of April. We just came through the April 17th body whispering ceremony, and I want to spend this episode talking about what comes next. Not just for those who were in the ceremony, but for anyone who's been doing this work alone. Because that's what I want to address. The alone part. There's a phenomenon I see almost every sensitive person I work with before they join the supported community. I call it isolation tax. Here's how it works. You have a sensitive body. You have more inputs to process than most people. You have fewer external references for what you're experiencing because most people around you aren't experiencing it in the same way. So you internalize everything. Yeah, I've been there. You process alone, you research alone, you figure out alone whether the bad week you just had was your stuff or the storm or the emotional residue from an argument that you had 2 floors down in your work office that you absorbed without choosing to. Every single thing takes longer and costs more energy when you have no context, no comparison, no one to say, yes, I felt that too. That is the isolation tax. And it's not a small line item. Here's the science piece that I want you to hold on to. Co-regulation is the process by which your nervous system influences each other's state. It's not a metaphor. It's not just emotional support. It's a fundamental biological function that human nervous systems were designed to participate in. Polyvagal theory gives us a framework for understanding this. Our nervous systems are literally scanning other nervous systems in our environment, reading cues of safety or threat, and calibrating our own state in response. When you're constantly in the presence of regulated similar nervous systems, your own system has a template to orient toward. It learns at a level below conscious awareness what settled and grounded feels like from the inside out. When you're isolated, that template disappears. And your system has to work much harder to find its own baseline without any external references to co-regulate with. This is why the right community isn't a nice to have for sensitive bodies. It's a functional support structure. And the absence of it has real, measurable costs. This is exactly the gap that the release retreat and the cosmic sensitive circle were built to address. The release retreat is happening in July, and it's a container I wish I had years and years ago when I was white knuckling through summer alone. I'll tell you more at the end of this episode, and the link, of course, will be in the show notes. Come find out more about either of these 2 containers if that seems to land for you. Okay, so let me describe a pattern I see often. A sensitive person has a hard week. She's dysregulated, exhausted, emotionally raw. She can't figure out if it's a hormone shift or a relational dynamic she picked up at work, or the solar flare that came through on Tuesday, or the accumulated weight of a month of overgiving. She spends 3 days trying to solve it. She tries all her tools. She does all the things. She blames herself for not regulating faster. She's got to get back to life. Eventually, her system resets, not because she solved anything, but because the inputs shifted on their own. Now, contrast that with the same woman inside a supported community. She has a hard week. She mentions it in the community channel. Within 2 hours, she has 3 responses. Same G3 storm just hit. Me too. And I'm in my luteal phase. This week has been wild for everyone. I think it's the pressure front coming through. Those are some of the comments in the community. The context doesn't make the hard week disappear. It cuts the process time from 3 days down to 3 hours. And it removes the self-blame entirely. This is a significant change in the experience of being a sensitive body in this world. I want to talk about this summer specifically because it's a season that sensitive bodies need specific support for. The heat is a physiological stressor for nervous systems that already run elevated. Solar activity tends to increase in summer months during a solar maximum year, which we're in. And social demands during summertime escalate. We've got events, travel, family time, people that you haven't seen all year showing up with their full emotional complexity. Layer empathetic input on top of all of that, and your nervous system is going haywire. For sensitive bodies without a supported container, summer often becomes a season of managed survival. Getting through the events, getting through the heat, getting through the social calendar, white knuckling until September when things settle down again, when your kids go back to school. For sensitive bodies inside a supported container, summer becomes something completely different. It becomes real-time laboratory for everything you've been learning. You have backup. You have context. You have people who are going through the same inputs at the same time and can help you calibrate. I want to be specific about the shifts I see when sensitive people move from solo practice into supported community. And I want to talk about it from my perspective because this is something that I harnessed years ago and it has wholeheartedly changed me. The tools stick. Constant co-regulation created my nervous system environment that I can be calm in. I'm supported in. I feel heard and seen in. That changed everything for me. When you're in a supported environment, your nervous system can actually take hold of the information and experiment with it and learn from it. And you'll start to really see the patterns, especially when you have someone like me who has gone through it. You're practicing inside a field that supports the practice. Here's the really cool thing. Shame dissolves, and that's enormous. I thought I was just broken. I thought I was not someone who was meant to be on this planet. I thought that I wasn't going to find anybody else like me. All of that changed in the right container. And now I want to provide that for you. There's the release retreat coming up in July, and there's the cosmic sensitive circle. One is just 4 days. The other is continuous. These were designed for sensitive bodies. They were designed for your body to co-regulate with other sensitive bodies. That's who will be in the cosmic sensitive circle. That's who will come to the retreat. If you're ready to stop doing it alone, these are the communities. The curriculum is there. You just got to show up. And what's beautiful about the cosmic sensitive circle is there's no homework. There's experiments. There's community and communication. There's opportunities to learn, but nothing is required. And you're invited to those body whispering ceremonies that I have quarterly. It's part of where you'll be. And for the summer retreat, the release retreat, there will be support before and there will be support after so that you can connect with the humans that are showing up to the retreat beforehand and start to co-regulate and connect with them after so that you can continue to build those relationships with the people that you know should be part of your community. And they're likely going to be in the cosmic sensitive circle anyways. If this episode landed for you, please go check out either of those two opportunities in the show notes. And bring a friend that you know is also a sensitive body who needs help co-regulating because they've been doing it alone too. If this episode landed for you, subscribe wherever you listen. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get the next episode about sensitive bodies. Until next time, stay curious, stay oriented, move with what's real, and trust your sensitive body. It knows.